Welcome to my channel, guys. Welcome in. My name is Husher, and today we're gonna react to this Snow White explained by an Asian because I think it's super funny. Like, I've seen some of his videos before. I haven't seen this one in particular, but I feel like I want to see it, so we're gonna check it out. So let's get on with it. And if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe. I don't care. Give it a hate comment. Woo! Let's go. Ikimashou, minasan.
The movie begins by killing itself immediately, changing the original story, saying the king and queen named their child Snow White because it was snowing that day, when in the original she's Snow.
Wow, I didn't know that. Okay, that's new. You know, I didn't watch the movie because why am I gonna waste like 1.5 hours on a movie that sucks? Anyways, yeah, so wow, okay, they named her Snow White not because she's white, but because it was snowing and the snow was white. Nice. It's like naming a brown cat Snow because it was snowing outside. Like, what? Logic is interesting.
Snow White because her skin is white as snow. So if you're gonna name your child based on the weather, does that mean if it was dark and raining, you would have named her Rain Black? You stupid! So they raised Snow White to be kind and good, which is pretty easy to do when you have nothing to complain about and you're born super rich, but I'll be objective. The first song in this film is catchy and pretty good.
What if I peed in the snow? Would they call her Snow Yellow? What the hell? What if it was hailing? You know, Hail is actually a nice name. Hail Husher! That's not a good name. Now that I think about it, not a good name. I'm sorry. I just realized the implication of that, and that's bad. Storm is nice. Storm. That's a real name.
And it actually got my hopes up before I was immensely disappointed. So the mom gets
As a Terminator proof, no, we don't. It's embarrassing.
COVID and she dies. Then Gal Gadot pulls up and the king's like, salutations.
Wait. We need to rewind because I'm not paying attention.
First song in this film is catchy and pretty good, and it actually got my hopes up before I was immensely disappointed. So the mom gets COVID and she dies.
Oh no, she gets COVID and she dies. Should have taken that ivermectin horse medicine. Better be a horse than dead.
Gal Gadot pulls up and the king's like, salutations, fine shit. And just from the shot alone, it confuses me. How are you jealous of Snow White when you have nothing to worry about looking like that? Anyhow, she becomes the new queen, and what's funny is when the film says she's evil, they just start showing her wearing black. So what are you trying to say, Disney, that wearing black?
Yes, wearing black means evil. I wear black all the time. I'm evil. Yes, darling. I wear black. I'm the epitome of evil.
Black means you're evil? Then the queen asks the magic mirror who's the fairest of them all, and the mirror says, you. And later, the queen sends the king to his ops, and bro never returns. So the queen rules the land, taking the riches of the kingdom for herself. As she should, slay. Then she cuts Snow White's hair.
Yes, girl boss. I mean, it makes sense though because her husband just died. So who else gonna rule the kingdom aside from her? Wow, those gems look like candy rings. I was thinking that. I was like, bro, that looks kind of yummy looking, but why?
And forces her to work as a maid. Then Snow White grows up and her love interest is not a prince.
She grows up and then the hair don't look good on her anymore. It looked kind of cute on her when she was a kid, but now, girl, your hairdresser hates you. Either that, if you fix your own hair. Got a mirror?
Prince, but a hobo stealing potatoes. Really, Disney? Instead
Hey, don't shame somebody stealing potatoes. Potatoes are so good. You know, they're so good that someone will be so tempted to steal it. Husher, you stole me. I'll avenge you. I'll find you.
Prince, her love interest is a homeless dude stealing food because he broke his hell. Really? So she's all like, you can't do that. Put it back. Girl, you look like Dora. Bye. Then Snow pulls up to the queen. And what's funny is we see a massive table full of food.
Oh my God. Damn. Didn't expect that, Rose. Okay.
But if you look at the queen, she looked like she skips breakfast and lunch and eats water for dinner. Like, who are you fooling? Your calorie intake is less than 500. You ain't eating all that. And also, how are you called the evil queen and you let Snow White talk back to you and disrespect you? Like, she literally says,
I feel they need some kindness.
Which is a passive-aggressive way of...
She said what now? Oh my God. Is she? Oh God. Okay. Listen. All my Asian and Latino friends in the chat, you know, we are thinking the same thing. Can you ever say that to your parents? Bro, if I said that to my mom, I was like, I think I just need some kindness. So you don't want to eat tonight, huh? Oh my gosh, crazy. The fact that this is like this, nah. This woman ain't evil enough. Nah.
You and disrespect you. Like she literally says,
I feel they need some kindness.
which is a passive-aggressive way of saying you're not kind, you're mean. And when you reach out,
Exactly. Yo, my mom would have said, so you're saying I'm not kind? You're like, oh God.
she's like, ugh, looking disgusting.
Oh my God. If I did that to my mother, I'd be 6 feet under the motherfucking floor.
With you. And to top it off, she gives you a death stare. Now, first of all, in the original, Snow White never tried to square up with the queen at any point or at any passive-aggressive sassiness to her. Secondly, you're known as the evil queen. So if you're evil,
Like, I honestly think she should have slapped her. Like, slapped her. Like, it would be so much more convincing if her reaction was like super hard back slap and then her face doesn't even change expression. And then like Snow White will fall on the floor and then you'll just say something like, oh, I didn't think that would hurt you. Anyways, God, this breakfast certainly is very delicious. What are you doing there on the floor, Snow White? Get up. Like, that would have gone so hard.
do some evil shit. Like if Snow White talks back, cut her tongue out. If she death stares at you, then stab her eyes. Like just be evil. Like I know some Asian parents that would smack their kid just for talking back.
We were talking about that.
But when Snow White be all sassy, disrespecting you, you just sit there and take it like a good boy. And when the hobo is caught stealing potatoes, which is easily a crime punishable by death, the queen says put him in the dungeon, but Snow White's like, no.
My father would show mercy.
So in 5
What is this stupidity? My father would show mercy. For stealing? There should be some level of punishment because if you just let people steal and forgive them all the time, they're gonna keep stealing and nobody will learn their lesson about don't steal. It's because it's bad. Putting him in the dungeon's kind of nice, actually. Kind of going to jail for like, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. Maybe 1 week. I don't know, because you shouldn't really steal.
5 minutes of screen time. Snow White called the queen mean, unkind, doesn't show mercy, and is a shitty ruler to her face, and the queen just takes it. And when Hobo is taken away and the queen leaves Snow White unharmed, she looks at her like this. Yo, I don't care what y'all say, this is not Snow White, this is Dora on puberty. Now, I'm not
Oh my god.
sure if it's intentional or not, but she does this thing with her jaw, and she look very creepy, and does it multiple times
He look very creepy.
throughout the film. Like the vibes I get from this Snow White is spoiled little brat vibes that get so sassy and passive aggressive when she doesn't have it her way, which is completely opposite to the original. But objectively, the songs in this film are pretty good, and when she sees Potato Man tied up, she frees him and gives him food that she stole. Subway, eat fresh. And when their hands touch,
Jokes are so funny.
she's like, what are you, Japanese now? Strawberry flavor yorimo anata. So Snow White goes against the queen and her orders, which again is punishable by death. But the queen doesn't do anything to Snow White till the magic mirror says Snow White is the fairest of them all. Meaning, if the mirror said the queen's still the fairest, Snow White would just be chilling despite disrespecting the queen and going against her. Who's the fairest? It ain't you, girl. It's Dora. No! Now, I'm gonna be honest, Gal Gadot's acting is kind of funny in the film. She goes, kill Snow White, but...
Are you against me too? Are you?
Are you? Are you?
The Mirror just a rage baiting. Mirror's just bored. He's like, what if I start beef with like 2 girls and see what happens? Ha ha ha. I'm so bored.
She sounds like Scooby-Doo, bruh. Then she orders the huntsman to
Are you?
in the film. She goes, kill Snow White, but...
Are you against me too? Are you?
Are you? Are you? She sounds like Scooby-Doo, bruh. Then she orders the huntsman to put Snow White's heart in the box, so the huntsman confronts her when she's out touching grass. Why?
Why?
What do you mean, why? Even the queen in Alice in Wonderland would say off with her head for talking back. I don't know, maybe because you went against the queen and did whatever you wanted? But the huntsman can't do it, so she...
Her outfit is just really bad. Look at this frame though. I'm sorry. Why is it so funny? It looks like a blobfish. Oh my god. That's mean.
She does the jaw thing again. So he tells her to run far into the woods because the queen wants her dead. Now, in the original, she imagines scary things in the woods like branches turning into crocodiles because she's scared, and that's okay. And it's once she sees the animals who are harmless that the forest looks normal. However, in the live action, it's not her imagination, but is now a magical forest because they want to make sure Snow White is fearless and brave and does not want to show her as a scared girl who thought the forest was scary because of her imagination. So this scene just felt weird that it suddenly went from dark to bright with no explanation when in the original it's clearly because of her imagination. Then the animals lead her to a stranger's house.
Who did the script for this shit? Holy, did they use AI or something? I mean, AI could probably do a better job. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, she definitely not white as snow. She brown. And when she
God.
enters, in the original, she cleans the place and cooks them a meal in hopes they can let her stay. But in the live action, she's like, hello? I know people live here. Then she sees a bed and just sleeps on it. And isn't breaking into someone's home and sleeping on their bed, I don't know, a crime? That we mean.
That's like literally the premise of Goldilocks, though. And also, where the fuck is your self-preservation? You just go into a random house and sleep there? Sleep there? What if they come home and murder you?
Meet our 7 CGI hobbits. And they mine
CGI
diamonds for a
hobbits.
living. And by the time they get back home, Snow is just moving around like
I'm just sleeping. This house is clearly occupied by someone. Hope they don't kill me. Woo!
crazy. And somehow she's still sleeping. Yeah.
That's not a bad thing of this movie. I see. But still, don't go into people's houses and sleep.
Okay. And Dopey is the main focus out of the dwarves in this film, changing his personality into a little shy boy.
Oh, I'm so shy. I'm a pick-me.
Are you deaf?
I'm a
Nah,
pick
you
me.
just can't talk, can you?
Then the dwarves initially try to take her down, but finding out she's the Princess Snow White, they let her stay.
Meanwhile, the queen finds out the huntsmen are fraud, then sends his ass to prison, then orders some troops to go find her.
And I don't think any kid that watched this film watched Gal Gadot and said, yeah, she's really evil. Cause when I watched it, I thought she was just trying to be funny. Now, Snow teaches Dopey how to whistle.
Then make the dwarves her slaves and
Oh
nags
my
them
God.
to clean.
Yeah, it's her house now. And when the dwarves go to work, Snow touches some grass and meets Jonathan the hobo again. Man, how you Snow White and a homeless dude has more fairer skin than you? But despite not being a prince, Jonathan does a great job playing the character of a homeless bandit and performs the song Princess Problems pretty well. Now, I don't recommend y'all watch the movie,
I guess the songs are quite nice.
but if you want to check out the songs, you should definitely go for it because the songs are pretty good. Then we meet Jonathan's crew who nobody asked for, but the troops find Snow and in the process she gets the K-drama moment as the hobo takes an arrow for her. Then the injured hobo goes to Doc, who's one of the dwarves, to treat him and he's all like, he dead.
Psych, just kidding.
And when she finds out his potato stealing ass took an arrow for her,
They start to do the PD.
What is happening? This sucks, yeah. I think that's the common consensus of what's happening here. What?
A while everyone watches.
Hi.
and hearing soldiers, Jonathan tells Snow to stay behind and loses aura
Why
by
is it so bad, though?
getting captured and becomes a prisoner next to the huntsman. Then the queen's like, I'm so jealous of Snow White, I'm gonna turn into an elderly woman to deceive her. And in the original, when the queen changes, she actually looks terrifying. Like in the scene when Snow White sees her, it deadass looks like a jump scare. But in the live action, she's just chopped.
We call this the expired huzz.
So she plans to put Snow into
She turned, in the original, she turned into a fucking ugly hag. Now she just turned into a gilf. The victim is sleeping. Death cannot be revived only by the true love's kiss. Wow.
the sleeping death with a poison apple with the only cure being true love's kiss. And when the dwarves are off to work, the saggy huzz pull up.
Hola, soy Dora.
Oh, God.
Did I frighten you?
No, you just hella wrinkly.
Then the animals swarm to the dwarves for help, but yo, that's a reindeer. Instead of going to the dwarves, why can't one reindeer just stomp the elder huzz? Like people be saying
Yeah,
100 men versus one
exactly.
gorilla, but I'm saying what about one reindeer versus the huzz? Reindeer gonna win.
So as the animals waste time trying to convince Snow White in danger,
The queen manipulates her, saying Snow White's father was so generous she just wants to give back.
I know you were born with a silver spoon, but can you try my peasant apple? Okay.
Bro, that sound effect was so good, though. I'm sorry. That made me want an apple. Holy shit.
Something wrong. Well. Holy shit. I killed your dad with poo. No, you bitch.
Snow White then falls into sleeping death after being told by the queen she killed her father.
And by the time the dwarves arrive, they too late.
And the fairest of them all is now the queen again, although if we're being honest, it was never really close. Then
It was always her. Fucking Mirror just starting beef over here.
Jonathan escapes prison and dashes to see Snow White,
Cause he horny.
but by giving a kiss, Snow White wakes up and the dwarves' reaction is hilarious. Like,
Why are they acting so zesty?
I wouldn't be surprised if Bashful and Happy were gay in this film because they're like,
Let's all just try to be friends.
Gay.
God.
anyway, Snow White does a little makeout sesh because they both
Horny.
Then she declares she gonna square up with the queen.
Let her try.
So Dopey learns how to
They look so AI, bro. I know. I don't think I can sit and watch this.
speak, and he goes,
I like feet. Follow me.
I
and
like
Snow White pulls
feet.
up to the kingdom to get her
Girl boss moment. Then the town recognize her and go walk with her and sing the kumbaya.
And when the queen shows up, she's like,
Oh, you wanna get rid of me? Then do it. Do it right here, right now.
yeah, I thought so, ho.
Killer.
And guess what Snow White does? She copies South Park's Member Berries. And like Member Berries, she goes,
You were a farmer.
Remember when you used to be a farmer? Remember when life was better back then? Remember when you weren't poor and had a home? Remember? You remember?
I remember.
I remember.
and using the emotion
Do you remember? Is that part of the musical number in the show? The 21st night of September.
No manipulation.
she gets everyone against the queen.
Leave and never come back. Girl, I will kill you.
Wow, I'm sorry, the acting looked low-key bad. Bro, did you see that?
Leave and never come back. Girl, I will kill you.
I am a midget. And as the town celebrates,
I
the
am a
queen
midget.
flees to ask the mirror who's the fairest again, and it tells her it's Snow White because beauty comes from within. Beauty comes from within? If that's true, then how did the evil queen, who is evil, meaning she's ugly inside, even get the title of the fairest in the first place then? That shit don't even make any sense. If true beauty always came from within, the evil queen would have never been the fairest, ever. So how you gonna change the rules last minute?
Hi.
I swear to God, that Mirror is starting beef. He's literally angering people. He's rage baiting. He's like, nah, just kidding. Not you. Because beauty comes from within. He's fucking trolling.
Yeah.
So she crashes out, and by breaking the glass mirror, she becomes glass herself.
And that's how the queen dies, to the law. And Snow is declared as the new queen as the movie ends with everyone happy and dancing.
And wearing
Now,
white.
watching this film, you know who the real princess in the film is?
Why is everyone
It's
wearing
Jonathan,
white?
because he goes from
You
homeless to
know, in some cultures, wearing all white means someone died. Well, I guess the queen did die because the movie Snow White, so it means people wear white. Okay.
future king because he's with Snow White. She changed this broke boy's life forever and gave him a Cinderella story. And with the recent news that the Disney Tangled live action film will indefinitely be delayed, you just knew she was going to be black. And Disney was like, actually, maybe that's not a good idea. I think this film is a perfect example that change doesn't always mean better. So you change the personality and character of Snow White completely, where she doesn't think like Snow White, doesn't talk or act like Snow White, and she doesn't even look like Snow White. So how the hell is she Snow White? If you want to make a live action, make the story and characters consistent of why we enjoyed and loved the original movie, rather than changing it completely and thinking change always means better. And if you want to make a sassy, passive-aggressive, death-staring girl boss main character, then make an original Disney princess film and let her have those
Exactly.
qualities rather than changing the characters we liked and grew up with. It
I
really is
completely
unfortunate because the
agree.
songs in this film are pretty damn good and low-key feel like they're wasted now because Disney couldn't remain faithful to the original script. But yeah, if you watch this film, feel free to share your thoughts and comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy KC. And yeah, till next time.
Damn.